When you have small programs, each of which is doing exactly one thing that it is doing extremely well, you want to connect them, link them together so you can have each of these functions unleashed on the problem that you want to solve. In the Unix and Linux environments, we link programs together through input-output redirection. We can do that with two constructs. One is the pipe, and the other one is the redirection. First, we have a command that is ls -l. So list the contents of the current directory in the long form, -l, and then take that output, do not print it to the screen, but instead pipe it or redirect it into the program grep. Now, grep is a pattern matching program that looks for patterns that you give it in the input from here that it receives. So you take ls -l, which is a list of file names and dates of last use or creation, and then you look in that long list for the string AUG space 11. This is the argument that grep takes. Now, grep is going to be looking for the string and is then going to output every line that contains AUG 11. And now we take that and we don't print it through the screen because we don't want to look at it right now. We want to save it for later, and we direct it into a new file. And that file doesn't have to exist. You just give it a name here, results.txt, and after you execute this, this file will exist in your current directory and contain everything that is in here. So for that reason, programs are designed to take input from standard input and write output to something that is called standard output. By default, standard input is the keyboard, so what you type in, and standard output is the screen, but the input-output redirection allows you to change that. Your input is not coming from the keyboard, it is coming from the previous program that's on the other side of that pipe, or it is coming from a different file that exists. You can input with the less than symbol here, and you can, instead of printing things to the screen, you can redirect them to the file. All of this can be done at the same time. So here's an example. We are listing all the files that end in .py and redirecting the output to a file py.txt. We can now use this file as an input. We can say sort -r, which sorts in reverse order the input that it is taking from the file py.txt. And then we can save that output to a new file. So we can say sort -r, take the input from this file, and put the output in here. This kind of concerned the redirection, and the other command is the piping that I already pointed out. This is just the vertical bar, an extremely powerful construct in the shell environment. Input-output redirection is the construct that enables the minimalist, robust, one task per program philosophy. So you use the output of one program as the input for another. In that case, we use the pipe. We connect programs with the vertical bar, as I just showed, to realize this. And we can pipe together as many programs as you like. Each needs to, however, read from standard in and write to standard out. So here, for instance, we can say count files of a given type. We can say ls *.py, pipe that into wc, which is word count, -l, just count the lines. We can also sort alphabetically for the 9th column, ls -l, sort -k9. And we can scroll manually. So here we can say, give me the long form of all the directory contents, sorted by the 9th column, and then let me look at it slowly so I can scroll through it without everything being dumped to the screen at once.